Hey, what's going on, guys? Red Down Prepper here. Back with another vehicle prep for your bug out or otherwise daily driver vehicle. Today we're going to be going over a brake flush. Um, I had a comment on it in one of my videos, and I made a good point. It's like $40 to $50 when you hit up a shop when they recommend a brake flush. Now, when they recommend a brake flush, that's just not they're trying to jip you. 9 times out of 10, you need a brake flush. Like I said, keep your fluids clean at all times, right? Basically, the whole theory behind a brake flush is you put new fluid in naturally. The reason is because brake fluid, most of it, dot 3 and dot 4, is hydroscopic. What does that mean? It absorbs a lot of water over time. When you absorb water, you lose the amount of heat capacity that your fluid is allowed to intake. You know what I'm saying? So your brakes will heat up quicker. Don't ask me how that works. Hey, that's just how I know. Could be wrong, could be right. However it goes, do your own research on whatever you want to do with the brakes. But yeah, you definitely want to get all that water and stuff out of your brake lines to prevent rusting, any kind of snags, anything like that. So today, brake fluid flush, very simple. Um, you can do it with two people, one pumping the pedal, the other doing the things on the caliper. But again, if you really don't know that much about cars or anything like that, I'm gonna show you a handy tool. I use it all the time. Awesome, a little bit expensive, but again, when you think about the price of a brake fluid flush, you're looking at $30 to $50, give or take. Dealers probably more, who knows? But your bare minimum at least $30 for a brake flush. That's a one-time affair. All right, so we're gonna go over here. This little gadget that you see right here is called the Mighty Vac. Very common at most of your parts stores, even Walmart, Target. All right, and guess what that costs? About $30. You can probably find it on eBay, some of your cheaper stores for a little bit less. Once again, price inflation hits. I bought that some odd years ago, probably over 5 now, and it was only about $15. So it's already doubled in price. Useful little thing. I use it for all kinds of brake flushes, engine vacuum leak troubles, and things like that. So, but yeah, check out this Mighty Vac. Like I said, you guys can find it anywhere. And I'll show you how it works in here in just a second. So first off, when you want to do a brake flush, you get your car in away from windy situation. Maybe you want to put something down just in case fluid leaks out from your brake caliper and all that good stuff. So first thing you do once you get out of the car, you make sure car's off, pump the brakes, give it some pressure. So generally about 3 pumps of the brake pedal give you pressure inside your master cylinder. That's just to give a little extra boost because as soon as you pop this cap on your brake master cylinder here, the pressure's going to go to crap. But at least you know. Now as you can see, I opened this up, and I did this on purpose, but you always have a rubber seal right here. And you've got these, expendable circle things, sometimes it's a square, whatever. If one of them's popped out like this right here, that means you're low on brake fluid. You had a suction one time you were low on brake fluid. These should always look like this. They should always be in, and etc. So if you see it popped out, you still got brake fluid, just push it back in. It's kind of an indicator for brake fluid level and everything. So, pop it back in. Okay. Now I have an abnormally large master cylinder, as you can see. Excuse me. And yeah, it's mad easy access. Okay. A lot of your brake cylinders are going to just have the one cap, and something's going to be protruding it, so you can't get in here. So what I can do easily is just suck this out, siphon this out, very easily to get rid of the old brake fluid. Now if you have something like this, all you got to do, take all the old brake fluid out first. Look at that. See how dark that is? That is not good brake fluid. See how clear that is? There's fluid in there. That is good brake fluid. I know the rest of my master cylinder needs to be cleaned out, but that's kind of a pain. So if you find it dirty, suck it all out, go with a paper towel, rub it out, clean all that dirt out as best you can. Put some new fluid in, and you're good with that. Like I said, if you can't get to your fluid, you can't evacuate your fluid, don't worry, you're just going to have to do it through the brake lines. If you're lucky enough to have a master cylinder like mine, you got lucky. Alright, so once you got that going, maybe you siphoned it out, got all the old stuff out, you're good to go, poured new stuff in. Now you want to get out of your lines. And that's where the Mighty Vac comes in handy here. Alright. Now I just got this already set up for you guys. So, what we're looking at, I'll get it nice and close for you guys here. What you're looking at is your brake caliper right here. Typical looking, 2 bolts. You got your brakes, disc rotors. Alright, and over here, you can see that there's a little nipple. Alright, and that nipple is where you evacuate your brake fluid and all that good stuff. As you can see, I got my standard, what is that, 10 millimeter wrench already set up. Now these nipples vary in size. Generally, it could be a 5/16, 8 millimeter, or it could be a 10, 3/8, 7/16, or an 11 millimeter. Those are your typical, nipple wrench sizes for your brake calipers. All right, so as you can see, I already got fluid pumping through there. So what we're gonna do now, very simple. First, I'm gonna put a vacuum on it. Doesn't have to be a whole lot. Put a vacuum on it. I attach my hose into the nipple. I put my wrench on first. Then I put the nipple over the hose over the nipple. I crack it open. See the fluid coming out. All I gotta do is pump. Yes, this is laborious. Yes, it might take some time. But as you can see, now this is clean fluid. You can see this is coming out of this the part where I already put clean fluid in it. You're going to see dirty fluid, and then when you start to see clean fluid, you can pretty much shut it off. Alright, so give it a couple more good pumps. Come back over to your wrench. Close it up. Nice and snug. Take your hose off. And you're good. I use a little bit snugger hose, piece of hose, so if you got your wrench there and you got too loose of a hose over that nipple, it's gonna fall off, and then you've got air in your brake system. So get a little bit smaller than what your nipple is, so it fits nice and snug over your nipple in there. Like I said, I put the wrench on first. I just slide my wrench out, make sure it's tight one more time. It's tight. There it is. There's the nipple. There it is, right there. So that's basically what it looks like. Like I said, you put your wrench on there first. You hook up your hose onto that nipple. Give it a pump to give some vacuum into it. Look at that, that's still pretty freaking dirty. That's pretty dirty in the line still. Should look clear. Remember, when it starts coming out clear, you know that you've got yourself a clean brake fluid. So, and like I said, keep an eye on the level when you're doing that. Just because, especially if you can't put clean brake fluid in beforehand. So maybe you want 2 people, one person's checking. Like down here, you'll have your markers. This is my minimum, maximum. Same thing over here. Generally in a system like this, you have 2 different reservoirs. Into one, of course. But you've got one for your rear brakes, one for your front brakes. Mine, I don't know why, one is passenger side, one is driver side. Vice versa, driver side, passenger side. Split system brakes is what it is. It's designed for fail-safe, so if one doesn't have brake fluid, the other one still operates. So, like I said, evacuate if you can and fill it up with new stuff. That way when you go down there, you can see clear coming out after all the darkness, and you know when to stop. Put your wrench back on. Like I said, that's a caliper. That's a pretty typical looking caliper. Here, I'm going to show you what a where the drum is, the nipple for the drum. Right there. These are dust covers. If you still have these on your vehicle, don't lose them, and make sure to put them on after every servicing, because this keeps dust, grime, grit getting into your nipple head right here. Okay, and like I said, this nipple is a 5/16 wrench. So it operates the same way, same manner, just with a 5/16 head. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. Bust it open just a crack, half a turn, quarter of a turn. Make sure you put the vacuum on it first, and pump away. And remember, with all brake systems, whew, I know it's all wobbly now, huh? As a general rule of thumb with all brake systems, you go furthest away from your master cylinder. Master cylinder's driver's side, furthest away is going to be right here. I mean, basically you always start on your passenger, as I was. You always start on your driver's side rear. General rule of thumb, consult your manual or a repair manual of some sort, or somebody who knows what the hell they're doing. I know some of your higher end cars, maybe that's not true. So start here, driver's side rear, hit up passenger side rear, passenger side front, driver's side front. That should be the last one you do right there, is the driver's side front, because it's closest to the master cylinder. And again, you know, it may take some practice with that Mighty Vac. You did it wrong, or you got air into the system if you have a spongy brake pedal. What is a spongy brake pedal? Believe me, you will know. You will still have stopping power, but it will feel like you don't. So when you step down on the brake, it's going to go down pretty much without resistance. So after all said and done, like I said, top off your brake fluid, pop back on the cap here. Yes, I know I'm still low on brake fluid, but it's a video demonstration. Bada bing, you're done. Very simple. Saves you a lot of money for when you get brake checks. Maybe one of these videos I'll hook up a brake video and kind of go through the brakes. But yeah, so next time, you know, you go get your brake serviced or whatever, maybe you want to get your brakes done at the shop. I understand that. They got good warranties. They do work. Anything screws up, it's on them. So yeah, they recommend a brake flush usually with every brake change. So do it anyway, you know what I'm saying? Probably about every 50K, regardless of your brake condition. Thank you. Your brake condition. I would, you know, every 50K, pop it off. If only just to, if you can, like pop it off, siphon it out, put new brake fluid in it. If you want to do the whole flush at 50K, that's recommended. Obviously, manufacturers vary on when they want brake flushes done, but what are you going to do, right? So, once again, Mighty Vac, neat little tool. Probably find it used for about 15 bucks. Generally, it's about 20 to 30. Some of your bigger stores even go up to, I've seen them online for 120. Now, those are your top models. This is just a rinky-dink one. Like I said, your parts stores will carry that between $20 and $30. So, rock it on. Hopefully this helps you guys. And we'll be back with more good stuff on how to prep your car to make sure that you are protected against price inflation and ready for whatever happens. Alright guys, Red Dawn Prepper, y'all have a good one.